The following is a men's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The team with the advantage will be the first to have a member released into the match. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a forfeit. Now, let the War Games begin! Introducing first, representing the Four Horsemen from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 225 pounds, Tully Blanchard. Representing the Bloodline from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns!
Here we go, folks. Main event time this week on Fantasy Warfare. It is a War Games match between the Four Horsemen and the Bloodline. As you can see, our first 2 participants are Tully Blanchard representing the Four Horsemen and Roman Reigns representing the Bloodline. Still to enter for the Four Horsemen will be Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Sid Vicious. And on the Bloodline side, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa. Of course, at the top with the rules, we were told at regular intervals, but of course, It's WWE War Games, so we weren't told the exact intervals, so it could be like 47 seconds, 1 minute and 19 and a half seconds, maybe 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Either way, in regular intervals, folks will be coming out of those pods you can see in the back, behind the fans here at the Survivor Series War Games Arena. Clothesline by Reigns takes down Tully in the second ring. Of course, it is all-out war and battle until all participants have entered this matchup. Once everybody has entered, the War Games officially begin, and then at that point, it's pinfall or submission. Of course, back in the old days, it was submit or surrender. Looks like we've got Jey Uso entering the fray for the Bloodline, so they've got the advantage in this one. Jey Uso sliding a table into the ring here to start things off in terms of getting things going with the weaponry. Jey Uso going right over to the second ring, where Tully Blanchard and Roman Reigns currently reside, as Jey Uso knocks Tully Blanchard down with that table. And Jey Uso sets it up in the corner, looking to cause some damage to Tully Blanchard, who desperately needs a member of the Four Horsemen to make their way out to the ring in order to even up the score here. So what are you doing, pal? I hear escaping the cage is actually a forfeitable offense. What are these guys doing? What are they thinking? Well, Roman jumping off at least, but I don't know why you would continue to even try and climb the cage unless that's what you're going to do. Tully thrown over the top rope of the second ring, back into the first ring. What do we got coming down here? It's a little tough to tell with the caging. It's the enforcer, Arn Anderson, entering the fray, so we got the Brain Busters in here. The Brain Busters up against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Of course, as the action builds up, it's going to get tougher and tougher to call here. Which team will be the one that survives in the end? Will it be the Four Horsemen or will it be the Bloodline? As Tully Blanchard takes Roman Reigns down with a nice vertical suplex. Jey Uso drags Arn Anderson over to the ropes as Tully hits a Russian leg sweep on Roman. Jey Uso handling Arn Anderson at the moment. Irish whip by Roman. Nice vertical suplex by Jey on Arn Anderson. Roman Reigns has got a nice cravat lock on Tully right in the center of the ring. Of course, there are no submissions at this point in time. Tully could tap until he can't tap no more, and it won't matter. We still got two from each side, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa for the Bloodline, and Sid Vicious and Ric Flair for the Four Horsemen. But we're about to find out who will be next for the Bloodline. And here comes Jimmy Uso for the Bloodline, and now the Bloodline has a 3-2 advantage over the Four Horsemen here in War Games. Four Horsemen, of course, one of the most legendary participants in War Games going back to the NWA WCW days. The Bloodline has a little bit of experience in War Games, participating in Survivor Series War Games in Boston, Massachusetts in 2022. Of course, the Four Horsemen were basically War Games fixtures in the very early days, but it was a live touring attraction. Nice super kick by Jimmy. I'm a bit puzzled as to why everybody keeps climbing the cage wall here, especially since climbing the cage would lead to a forfeit. And these guys are climbing when there's nobody to jump on. So what are you doing? What are you thinking? Nice suplex by Tully Blanchard. We had a side suplex by Jey Uso on Arn Anderson, as the Bloodline is taking firm advantage of the advantage. As Tully Blanchard, though, continues to fight for his team, dropping Jimmy with a pile driver and then clocking Jey with knuckles to the nose. Excuse me, everybody. Not even sure if the microphone picked that up, but if it did, my bad. Had a quick hiccup. Trying to fight it off for a couple moments. Now that it's out of the way, we should be good to go. As Sid Vicious came down there to ringside and grabs another table. We've got 2 tables, but Sid is not done. I think Sid also grabbed a sledgehammer from under the ring. Sid is still not done. That boy is just going after every single weapon under the ring here at War Games. We got a sledgehammer. We got a table. Looks like he brought in a kendo stick as well. Sid Vicious bringing all the hardware into War Games. So we still have one more man for each side to enter War Games before this match officially begins, as crazy as that sounds. As we have tables and kendo sticks and sledgehammers all over the ring here. Yeah, the match doesn't begin until Solo Sikoa and the Nature Boy Ric Flair both make their entrance in the coming minutes. And here comes Solo Sikoa, which puts the Bloodline at full strength. Oh my goodness, down off the top of the cage comes Jimmy Uso. Poor Arn Anderson on the receiving end, or was that Tully Blanchard? I can't tell. We're taking such a wide shot here. Solo Sikoa has entered. The Bloodline is at full strength. I believe, actually, that was Tully Blanchard who felt the wrath of that splash from the top of the cell. Top of the War Games cell. Sid Vicious dropped across the top rope. This second ring is completely filling up here. 7 out of our 8 participants all in the same ring. Jey Uso hits an Uso splash. The Bloodline are dominating the Four Horsemen at this very moment in time. It is not looking good. Another Uso splash. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and well, Sid Vicious got back up to his feet, and Tully was just brought back up to his feet. But for a moment there, all 3 of the available Four Horsemen were down on the mat as the Bloodline was dominating. And the Bloodline continues to dominate as the Nature Boy Ric Flair makes his way to the ring. The final entrant in War Games officially begins. There's the bell.
Officially begun.
Yeah, sure, ring announcer. I got to it way faster than you did. Pinfall or submission. If you escape the cage, you forfeit. So if you see anybody running out of the cage, that means they give up. They can't take no more. They're calling it quits. They're going home. Table shot by Solo Sikoa drops the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Table shots everywhere. This is insane. Absolute wide shot, bodies flying everywhere. We got a table being picked up by, it looks like, Jimmy Uso, but he dropped the table. Roman Reigns just got dropped by Sid Vicious. Table's flying. My goodness. Which team will be the one that survives War Games here? Both teams at full strength. The Four Horsemen needed that injection of energy from the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And it seems as though he's done exactly that. Solo Sikoa on top of the War Games cell. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Nobody home for that one. Tully Blanchard moving out of the way and now attacking Solo Sikoa after he missed that big splash. We get a pinfall. We only got a 2 count. Superseded the referee there for that one. Jimmy Uso yielding a steel chair, going after every participant in this War Games matchup. Jimmy Uso on the top rope, hits the Uso splash. The Usos have been devastating with the splash here in War Games, and Roman hits the Superman punch on Ric Flair. Only a 2 count on that one. Flair able to kick out. Another Uso splash. We got Tully Blanchard and Jey Uso in the second ring, brawling it out. Jimmy Uso just took down Sid Vicious. The Nature Boy Ric Flair broke up a pin attempt before we could even get to a 1 count. Roman Reigns sent into the second ring by the Nature Boy. Roman's got Flair. Nice DDT as Jey Uso sets up a table in that second ring. Sid Vicious working over Solo Sikoa, who sweeps out the leg though. Tully Blanchard down and out. Oh, devastating kick by Jimmy Uso on the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Hip toss neckbreaker. Near fall in the first ring by Solo Sikoa on Tully Blanchard. Sid Vicious has Solo up. What's he going to do with him into the corner? Throws him like a sack of potatoes. Flair gets draped over the top rope. Nice Samoan drop. Into the cover. We've got a cover in the ring. And that's all. The Bloodline wins War Games here this week. In fantasy warfare, it was an all-out, war between the Four Horsemen and the Bloodline. But in the end, it's the Bloodline who gets the victory, winning War Games, establishing dominance. There you see the final Samoan drop. It was Jey Uso getting the victory for the Bloodline. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for yet another episode of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare. Be sure to join us each and every Friday night for another brand new episode. Look at that dominance. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you at ringside.